What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. One of the WWE Premium Live event is officially in the books, and Elimination Chamber 2026 will likely be remembered less for its triumphs and maybe more for a couple of botches that happened during the show. The Elimination Chamber match is by design one of the most dangerous and chaotic stipulations in pro wrestling. Steel pods, unforgiving chains, elevated platforms, and multiple competitors inside one structure create the perfect storm for mistakes. However, it doesn't take a chamber for things to just go wrong. From commentary slip-ups, announcing errors, to attire malfunctions, missed spots, and even a debut that didn't quite land the WWE had hoped. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at 8 moments that were not supposed to happen at Elimination Chamber 2026. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Number 8. CM Punk is busted open. As CM Punk defended his World Heavyweight Championship in a highly physical main event against Finn Balor in front of his hometown crowd. The match was definitely brutal and hard-hitting from the opening bell, and at one point, Punk was busted open and bleeding from the mouth. But despite being bloodied, Punk continued the bout and worked through the pain, selling the injury while battling Balor. It was almost certain that this was not supposed to happen, as bleeding from the mouth is normally done the hard way. Balor's offense attacks included stiff strikes were definitely instrumental in cutting Punk open, and it was even made all the more clear when Punk showed up to the post-show press conference with a boot print on his face. You can tell that match was incredibly physical. Number 7. Javon Williams? One of the most surprising mistakes of the evening came before the action even truly got underway. As rising star Javon Evans made his entrance, Mark Nash referred to him not as Javon Evans, but Javon Williams. Wrestling fans are notoriously sharp when it comes to details, and social media lit up almost instantly with clips and screenshots of the moment. And the comments didn't stop on social media, with Hosea Williams tweeting, "Shout out to my cousin in WWE, Javon Williams. Love you, bro." Now, in all fairness, live broadcasting is not an easy job. Names are misread, cues are missed, and producers are constantly feeding information into headsets. It was a slight blunder, but nothing of a career killer. Number 6. The worst debut ever? Debuts are sacred in professional wrestling. A properly executed debut can launch a career into the stratosphere, but a poorly received one, it can saddle a performer with an uphill battle from day one. At Elimination Chamber 2026, WWE attempted a surprise reveal involving a mysterious wooden crate that had been teased throughout the night. When it was finally opened, the man inside was none other than Danhausen. Initially, there was a pop, as curiosity always generates excitement. But the reaction quickly then shifted. Instead of a sustained ovation, the crowd response cooled dramatically and even turned into audible boos in the arena. Fans managed to capture various videos of inside the arena, and the boos were definitely louder than what we heard on television. This all came down to expectations, as fans had speculated wildly about who might be inside the crate. Big-name free agents, returning legends, even championship-level surprises were floated online. And instead, the reveal was a comedic, eccentric character best known for his time in All Elite Wrestling. Danhausen has had a dedicated fanbase and a unique gimmick that blends humor with horror aesthetics. But on a stage like Elimination Chamber, a show typically positioned as a stepping stone to WrestleMania, the audience seemed to want something monumental, and it quickly led to the deflated moment. There were people inside WWE that were pretty mixed on having Danhausen debut in WWE. Some wanted him there and some didn't. As Dave Meltzer reported in the Wrestling Observer Radio, people pushed for him and there were people who didn't want him. This was not a unanimous decision or anything like that. I would guess that people who didn't want him there are thinking, sure didn't work out so well this time. Triple H also gave vague answers during the post-PLE show, saying, "Me not commenting on the crate and Danhausen. Michael Cole's got a nice bucket of teeth and I think we're in for a fun time." Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that the debut is doomed. Wrestling crowds can be fickle, and strong booking in the weeks that follow can quickly change perception. But on this night, the reveal simply didn't connect the way WWE likely envisioned. Number 5. WrestleMania 22 or 42. A ring announcer Mark Nash is typically one of WWE's most reliable performers behind the microphone. Clear, confident, and commanding, he rarely misses a beat, but that's what made his next blunder all the more surprising. During the event, Nash referred to WrestleMania 42 as WrestleMania 22. For a long time, that's not a small difference, that's a 20-year gap. Now, the mix-up could have easily caused confusion, but interestingly, many fans didn't seem to immediately notice. And admittedly, even I've made that blunder plenty of times. Number 4. The Great Turnbuckle Slip. One of the more concerning patterns of the night involved the ropes and turnbuckles. Slips happen in wrestling, as sweat, oil, lighting, and humidity can all affect the grip, but the multiple high-profile slips in one evening raised some eyebrows. Early in the show, Finn Balor managed to lose his footing and slip on the ropes, and the moment looked awkward, but he recovered quickly and the match continued without any major disruption. But later in the main event, LA Knight climbed the ropes for his trademark elbow drop, only to slip in a similar fashion. Unlike Balor's earlier stumble, this one occurred during a crucial closing stretch. And made the botch even worse. There was speculation online that there was something wrong with the ropes, as they may have not been tightened properly, or maybe excessive sweat built upon the cables. WWE has not publicly addressed the matter, but 2 notable rope slips in one night is far from typical. In a match environment as dangerous as the Elimination Chamber, even minor equipment inconsistencies can significantly increase risk. Unfortunately, neither incident resulted in injury, but it certainly contributed to the perception that something felt a little off about the ropes that night. Number 3, AJ Styles or AJ Lee. A commentary again is one of the hardest jobs in professional wrestling. Announcers have to balance storytelling, branding, match psychology, sponsor mentions, and live reactions, all while reacting instantly to unpredictable action. But still, even the best slip up. During one segment, veteran commentator Michael Cole referred to AJ Lee as AJ Styles, confusing her with the legend that just retired. Styles will mention Becky Lynch claims that she will humiliate AJ Styles in front of her family and all her friends here tonight. Cole has made this mistake before, making it something of an ongoing meme among time-long viewers. We all remember Michael Cole mixing up Candice LeRae with Candice Michelle. Cole then corrected himself, and thankfully this is an era of Vince McMahon aggressively micromanaging commentary through a headset, so backstage reaction was likely minimal. Still, in a night already filled with noticeable slip-ups, it added to the growing list. Number 2, attire malfunctions inside the chamber. If there's one environment where attire malfunctions are mostly likely to occur, it's the Elimination Chamber. Steel chains, grated floors, aggressive grappling, and elevated platforms create the perfect storm for gear mishaps. 2 competitors noticeably experienced minor attire issues during the women's chamber match. One of the most visible incidents occurred when Raquel Rodriguez was pulled over the ropes by Tiffany Stratton, and the force of the movement caused a noticeable gear shift that cameras unfortunately caught in real time. Surprisingly, WWE did not immediately cut away or switch angles, leaving the moment briefly visible on live broadcast. Raquel managed to adjust accordingly, even with the huge slip. But later in the match, Kiana James experienced a minor attire adjustment issue following a leg drop. Thankfully, the instance was far less noticeable and quickly resolved without drawing any attention. And while attire malfunctions are rarely intentional or avoidable in high-impact matches, they do highlight just how physically demanding and unpredictable the chamber structure truly is. Performers are not only battling opponents, they're navigating steel, height, and momentum at every turn. And a horrific landing. The most alarming moment of the night came during the Women's Elimination Chamber match. Midway through the bout, Tiffany Stratton found herself elevated in an electric chair position by Rhea Ripley. This is a high-impact move that Stratton would absorb across her arms or chest, and this is standard technique for dispersing the force safely. However, something clearly went wrong. Stratton rotated awkwardly and face planted directly onto the mat, and the impact looked brutal in real time, and within moments, blood was visible in her mouth. The camera couldn't avoid it, and this wasn't a minor scrape. Stratton was bleeding quite heavily from the mouth. In pro wrestling, controlled chaos is the name of the game. High-risk spots require perfect timing and trust between competitors, even when a slight miscalculation occurs. Whether in rotation, positioning, or timing, the margin for error disappears. And thankfully, despite the terrifying visual, reports following the event indicated that Stratton did not suffer a major injury. Considering how severe the landing appeared, that's nothing short of fortunate. Now, mistakes are inevitable, and in some ways botches add a layer of authenticity, a reminder that what fans are watching is physically demanding and unscripted in execution. But there you have it, folks, 8 moments that were not supposed to happen at Elimination Chamber 2026. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.